Good afternoon, Yorktown, and thank you for joining us today. This is going to be a presentation of the tentative budget for 2022. I'll be submitting this to the town clerk officially once this presentation is over. I want to begin by recognizing our comptroller, Pat Caparel, and the entire finance department. Their leadership through the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, and now, as we continue to make progress to normalcy, has helped put our community in a great financial position despite unprecedented challenges. State law requires the supervisor of the town to submit a tentative budget to the town board and to the public by October 30th of each fiscal year. The town board will now meet with our department heads on November 4th and November 5th, after which it will adopt a preliminary budget. There will be a public hearing on December 7th on the preliminary budget, and based on those comments, the town board may make additional alterations and then vote to pass the final budget no later than the 22nd of December. The budget will take effect on January 1st, 2022. We do have a presentation that will begin. Presentation? Thank you. Okay, so this year we have taken important and strong steps to combat the COVID-19 virus, working with some great community partners such as Westchester County, Acme, Save More Pharmacy, and Taconic Pharmacy. We have provided free vaccines to thousands of people. Now we're continuing this work by providing local availability of booster shots. We do know the vaccine is the best weapon against this terrible virus, and it continues to take lives. The COVID-19 virus has not been defeated, but by making good decisions, our community has taken important steps to emerge from this dark time. Make no mistake, it has been a team effort to keep Yorktown moving in the right direction. And I would like to thank the members of our town board for their partnership. It's been an honor to serve with Councilman Patel, Councilman Lachterman, Councilwoman Roker, and my deputy town supervisor, Councilman Tom Diana. I want to take a moment to specifically acknowledge Councilwoman Alice Roker, who will be retiring at the end of this year. Alice has been a true friend and a mentor during my first term. She has served our community for more than 2 decades and will be leaving a profound legacy. We both take great pride in this recent chapter of her public service. While dysfunction has crippled Albany and Washington, our town board continues to be a model of bipartisanship for the good of those we serve. What were we able to accomplish this year? We were able to protect taxpayers, make important investments to grow the economy, protect the environment, improve our quality of life, all while dealing with the extraordinary adversity of the past year. Not only were we able to protect our community and make great strides forward, but we cut taxes for the first time in more than a quarter of a century. And that's a great, great accomplishment of this town board. Despite the COVID-19 pandemic, we made incredible progress on a number of initiatives for our community. We were able to do this by working collaboratively and by bringing people together. We completed 3 bridge replacement projects, 2 of which the town had been trying to complete for more than 5 years. For the first time ever, we initiated playground safety audits and have made the necessary investments to enhance 5 of our playgrounds so far. In partnership with NYSEG, we transitioned 260 streetlights to LEDs, which will save the town an estimated $26,000 annually. And lastly, Highway Superintendent Paganelli was quite busy this summer, with an additional $1 million for local paving, totaling a record 16.5 miles of local roads paved this year alone. As you will see shortly, if we're serious about making our community more affordable, we must expand our non-residential tax base. This means working with current property owners to reinvest in our community and attracting new and exciting businesses that will create jobs, provide added revenue, and services. This year we have seen several exciting projects as a result of the proposed overlay districts. Additionally, at a meeting just last month with commercial property owners, the Jefferson Valley Mall shared their occupancy rate is now close to 90%. The Destination Y campaign, which was a product of the Reboot Yorktown Task Force, continues to pay dividends. Earlier this month, the nation's leading residential developer, Toll Brothers, introduced a potential project to the town, while many other properties are getting a much welcomed and much needed facelift. And we're planning on continuing our Destination Y campaign with a Shop Local initiative for the holiday season this year. We are always striving to find new ways to engage with the public, always striving to find new ways to provide services and make it easier for anyone to conduct business with the town. This year, we created a Parks Capital Improvement Trust that will not utilize any taxpayer dollars, but revenue generated from the proposed solar project at Granite Knoll Sports Complex. This will allow our Parks Department to continue to make much-needed capital improvements to our parks and playgrounds. We also started an accessibilities committee to ensure people of all abilities are able to utilize our town facilities. Our new arts and culture committee is finding new and exciting ways to expand entertainment opportunities right here in Yorktown. And just this past weekend, State Senator Pete Harcum presented the town with a $100,000 state grant to replace the seats at the Yorktown stage. Yorktown continues to be a leader in renewable energy and environmental stewardship. Our partnership with Westchester County helped us launch our Food Scraps Recycling Center at Downing Park. New and exciting solar projects have been approved, including IBM's solar canopy and a solar array at Hemlock Hill Farm. Our partnership with Sustainable Westchester has been so successful, Yorktown has the most participants in its community solar program, more than any other municipality in Westchester County. When COVID-19 hit last year, and it's hard to believe it was only last year, we had to make some very hard financial decisions. With so many unknowns, we took a very prudent and responsible approach, which the annual audit report proved were the right decisions. Our team knew we would lose anticipated revenue, and we did to the tune of $5.5 million. But we also cut spending by more than $4 million. And with proper management of our operations, we actually added more than $3 million to our rainy day fund. And again, most impressive, we were able to adopt a budget that cut taxes. In fact, it was the first time in more than 25 years that the town's general operating budget, including highway and library, was cut. Preparing this $63 million budget is a tremendous effort, and it takes months of hard work and focus. From when we have our first meetings until its final passage in December, it takes more than 5 months to develop, deliberate, and execute. During this process, our team scrutinizes every dollar proposed. While some in our community have consistently advocated for taxes to be raised, I see that as the absolute last resort. Your total property tax bill can be best explained like a pie. The vast majority of our local property tax bill is for our local school districts. And thankfully, Yorktown has nationally recognized school districts that attract families to our community. Town taxes, which fund our general operating budget, make up approximately 12% of your bill. Other portions of your tax bill include your refuse and recycling service, fire, EMS, and water. But it's also important for you to know that tax bills change based on where you live in town. If you live here, like you see on the screen, in the Sparkle Lake area, approximately 59% of your town tax bill goes to our general operating fund, which again includes highway and our library. If you live by Wilkins Fruit Farm, you will see more of your tax bill go towards the general operating fund of our town. And if you live on Quinlan Street, you see even more of your tax bill goes to the general highway and library fund to the tune of 73%. Also, you'll see, if you live on Quinlan Street, you actually pay less for sewer than other parts of town. As you can see here, the general operating fund, which again includes highway and library, has the greatest demand, and it is the only fund that every Yorktown resident pays into. In 2022, we are proposing a general operating budget of $42,166,311. My proposed budget will hold the line on taxes by not increasing the general operating budget of our town. It allows us to maintain our services, it increases our paving budget, and makes new investments in our environment and in the youth of our community. In 2022, we're also proposing to make significant capital improvement investments that will enhance public safety, improve our storm resiliency, and finally complete projects such as the water meter replacement project that has floundered for nearly a decade. This is a balanced budget, but one with many lessons. For example, as you can see, real property taxes paid by property owners make up for a vast majority of our revenue. This is why it's so important for our community to continue to grow. Otherwise, as costs continue to rise, as we're seeing across the country right now, residential property taxpayers will have to bear the brunt and pay more, and that's just not sustainable. It is critically important that government continues to scrutinize its spending, find new savings, and generate new revenue to ease the burden on our property owners. We know the challenges our community has faced in the last 18 months, but we have faced them together. Among the many lessons we have learned, we know that we are so much stronger together. I'm so proud to serve this community. I am proud of our team, and I'm confident that together we will continue to move Yorktown in the right direction. I want to thank everyone for joining us today. If you have any questions about the budget, the proposed budget, or the process, please don't hesitate to reach out to my office at 914-962-5722, extension 200. Or you can always email me at mslater@yorktownny.org. Thank you again for joining us. Take care.